All right, Shifan Yang, welcome. It's very difficult to get you to block a time because you're a very busy person. I think this podcast got postponed almost three times, and
Yes,
finally we made it.
yes.
And I
Thank you.
interview
Thank you.
people. Oh yeah, go on.
No, no. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. So I interview people based on how I know them. Different people have different skills and different backgrounds and lifestyle. So how I know you is based on how interested you are in people, knowing people, understanding their culture, trying to bring different people from different religion and culture together, try to see what this person thinks of the other person and spread more knowledge. So that's how I know you. That's how I got introduced to you and continuously I see that kind of a person in you. So why do you do that? Why are you so interested in connecting people or connecting with people?
Okay, that's a good question. Uh, so I have an extended family. Okay, they they are from both from different religion. Um, so so I have from a childhood I have this knowledge in the sense how we live together. We did not know that this person belonged to another religion, as in like my auntie belonged to a different religion or my father's relative belongs to a different path. Um,
Mm.
I did not know, or I was not aware of what is that. But we were like a family, and after school and after falling into the world, a corporate world and working with different people, I understand that people have differences, and so I was a person who does not know the differences. Even
Mm.
though we belong to a different faith, my auntie, my uncle, cousins are different. We play together, we live together, we eat together. So I wanted to bring that from the people outside, what I see, from the places I work, places I meet people, new people. So I try to uh, build a bridge between those people. That's how it
Wow,
started.
that's wonderful. Yeah, so you can share as many stories as you want, as you prefer, because this podcast is all about listening to stories and
Okay.
understanding the deeper reason. So I'm
Okay.
glad that you shared a small part of that story. So is that the same among all your family members? They are always interested in connecting with other people, and it's just very natural, is it?
It is, yes, it is natural, I would say, because my father is from a Muslim background and my mother was a Catholic, and it was a love marriage. And
Okay.
so, yeah, so it was a long story how he met her and how they fell in love. Their family had differences, but they made it and they married. And as a result, I'm the sixth child
Okay.
as a result of their love marriage. So imagine the six kids, like how many levels they have gone through, how many experience they have gone through. So so still my mother's family, my extended mother's family, belong to Christian faith, and my father's family belong to the Muslim faith. And so as I said in the beginning, like if it's a Christmas, I go to their house and we eat together. If it's like Ramadan and all, they come to us. We share food and we eat. But the moment I went out, as I said, that's when I saw the differences. And so I try to, wherever I go, I try to discuss with people about this. Uh, I don't see it as an issue. I see it as people does not know, like, that different makes us unique. For example, the food, the food. Like if you eat, let's say if you eat idli every day, like it will be boring, right? So you need to have puri another day, maybe kottu another day, like biryani another day. So what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the food, the varieties of food, the same way if you look at the Sri Lankans, we also belong to the same category, right? So for
Yeah.
example, So, for example, the Hindu celebrate their New Year with Palsor, the Kiribat and all, the Sinhalese as well.
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
it's Muslim, they have this what lapam and all. And nobody reject those foods, right?
Yeah.
And nobody rejected food. So wherever
That's what
there's
we
a
are
festival,
expecting. Whenever
yeah,
there's an event from like our neighbors from a different religion, and whenever they are celebrating something, we get excited. Oh, we're
yes,
going to get
yes,
the food. Oh, yeah,
yes.
because even we don't know how to cook that, and also it's very tasty. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So through foods, we are connected. And
yes.
so as I was saying, like we need varieties in our life when it comes to food. The same way, when we are living the life that it's a neighborhood or wherever we are, we need those varieties. People should be
Yeah.
different. That's what makes us interesting. Otherwise, it's boring, like robots.
Yeah.
So wherever I see people, wherever I meet people, I try to talk about this topic and get to know each other, and then share the knowledge.
Mm. So you have done a lot of volunteering, and you have traveled to different parts of the world to um, get to know people, again, connect and understand culture and all of that. Tell us about that experience. Maybe you might have the most memorable one. You can share that, or you can share your overall um, history of that.
Yes, yes, sure. Um, so in my neighborhood, okay, in my neighborhood, we speak Tamil, and
Okay.
there are few around 10 to 15 Sinhalese family, but they don't speak Sinhala at all.
Mm.
All right. So I did not have a chance to learn Sinhala. Or I don't know about Sinhala in my early childhood, and later on, when you go out, starting work, corporate world, and all, I met few people, and the first friend was first singular friend who I'm introduced. He was different. Like we had the same vibe, and actually, he was into this interfaith field, to be honest. And from his work, that's why I started like joining with him, going out with him, the meetings and all his activities, and I saw where he I had this idea, but I don't know how to get to this to people.
Let's quickly tell what the interfaith is because I know it, but other people might not know. Give a
So
quick introduction so we understand it, and then you can explain the next one.
okay. So Interfaith Colombo is a youth organization. It's based on volunteers. Started on 2017, back in 2017. Yes. So which is to bring youth from all faiths, all beliefs, to one particular area in the sense one particular activity, and then we don't talk about religion, but we try to get them understand each other. So, for example, there was a day uh, during Ramadan, during the Ramadan season, there was Vesak. I think 3 4 years back. So what
Yeah.
we did was we organized a Vesak and iftar in a pansala. So we invited, it's an open invited invitation to public through Facebook, and people from all faith participated. And in the afternoon, we started making the lanterns, the Vesakodu.
Mm.
Okay, so it's from everyone, like Muslim, Christian, Hindus, everyone are making Vesakodu. They're making lantern. We're talking about ourselves. We're introducing. These are all youths, right? So we
Mm.
introduce, we understand each other, and in the evening around 6:30, we break fast. The iftar, the Muslim
Mm.
iftar, everyone together. So on the same day, we did that too, and so those people who came to that event, they had a different idea now. They had different ideas before, and now things change. The perspective changes, and
Mm.
those photos went viral, and people liked it, and people wanted to join. So that's how this organization started, and we expanded. Yeah,
That's a great idea, by the way.
yeah.
The moment you explain that small story of bringing different people to, yeah, yeah. If people experienced it, they know how great it feels. But as an idea, if they just know, they should try it. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And then you got to know that person. Go on.
Yes. So he's also a peace trainer, and he's very inspiring. Uh, So he tries to learn Tamil, and I was trying to learn Sinhala, but we were speaking in English anyway. Uh, but so we did not talk about religion much, but we were talking about how to connect those people, like, together, and how we can get them understand each other. That's the main idea we both had, and with his skills, with my ideas, we started organizing small events like the Vesak. We had a Christmas. There was a Christmas event at the church. uh, they asked us to join, and we both like new people, in the sense, people from other faiths who are not Christians. We took them to the church, and we experienced what's happening inside the church and how they celebrate. So we were sitting in a corner, and then we were like watching, and we were with them. Um so we experienced, like, it's not like watching a video on YouTube,
Yeah.
not a TikTok video. We were there. We saw everything what happening and how they treat us. So that's one of the experience that I had too. Uh, even though I have Christian families, but I never been inside a church while they celebrate the Christmas, the carols and all. Um, I've seen in the houses, but inside a church, it felt different. Okay, the church building, the sound and all, that was nice. So me and my other friends would try to bring this experience to others. Yeah,
I also think it's important that, I mean, all of us have friends from different religions and faiths, but it's very rare that we try to go and attend one of their events or functions, or maybe, so as a Hindu person, how many of, I know there are people who will go to church even though they are Hindus, just, I mean, because we have respect for every religion, right? We just attend, we try to know that culture and how they do things and learn from them. Um, I know there are people who do that, and also I know there are people who completely avoid those,
yeah.
right? So, what do you think? Like, why should they have that curiosity to not just have friends from different religions, but also to understand what each person's culture and traditions are?
So as I think you mentioned the word curiosity. So there are people, like, as in youth, different people have different curiosities, and so when we post about an event, people who are interested in this field come and join with us, and then we ask them to bring their friends, and that's how we try to expand the volunteers or the members. Uh, in order to answer to that curiosity, uh, we, as in Sri Lanka, we had few issues earlier. We had conflicts between communities, even though
Yeah,
right now we might have. So that is one of the reason people would like to know each other. And for example, if you take me, I have, even though I met few Sinhalese people who speak Tamil, I have never met a proper Sinhala Buddhist in my early lifehood, right? Because I lived in a small area, and that's my world. And so if I can meet people, and if I can start talking to them, why not others? Why shouldn't they? So that's where we try to bring in people and through events. So that the answer for your question is curiosity comes when they feel isolated, or when they feel uh, like victimized, in the sense we can say that. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. It's a wonderful thing that all of us should try. As individuals, I think we should try to get to know our friends' lifestyle and religion and
Yeah.
everything. I think it can start in a small step in that way, and then we can keep on expanding and then
Yes.
volunteering and everything. And the more we know about different people's culture, the more we feel closer to each other. That's the main
Correct.
point that most of us think, okay, just knowledge. No, it actually brings a lot of people even more and more close.
Correct.
Um, you have a very, as you mentioned, you have a very good bond inside your family, right? Your family bond is very strong. So how is it? How is that possible? So it's it's very rare to see.
So yes, family is everything for me. Uh, so as I said, I was the sixth child,
Yeah.
and I was the only boy. So everyone was expecting a boy, and then I was born. So I was very special in my family
Okay.
because my parents tried for a boy. They failed fifth attempt. So so the girl, and then I was born. So not not only my parents' siblings were excited when I was born. And
Okay.
yeah, so from childhood, I lived with everyone in my close family, my auntie, uncle, cousins. We were together. So and so that's one of the reason that still I am very, if I'm humble, it's from my family. um, yeah, so that's where I learned, it's not learned, it came to me from them. uh, so I think family is, even for you, I would say family is everything.
Yeah.
Even though we had fights, end of the day, they're gonna be there with us.
Do you have like special? So some of us are not aware of the things we do, right? So we might be doing a lot of good things, but we are not aware of it.
Yeah.
We might technically have some interesting, for example, let's say, so how my brother and I connect well is because we try to work together on some videos. We try to make, for example, my younger brother loves dancing, so I go and help him record it, and somehow that subconscious bond is there, right? So it's not, I'm like it's helping him with something, and then him helping me with something. So it is something that's happening, but we are not aware of it. We're like
Mm.
it's just happening, go with the flow kind of thing. But that is the core reason why we are connected more. So, in a similar way, do you have anything that you think is helping you bond with your family more and more?
Yes, I'm talkative, so I talk a lot. So I talk a lot with my family, and so if you take my sisters, they have more connection with me
Mm.
because individually I talk to them much. So in with their kids as well, so they like me. If there's something they want to know, they just question me. If there's anything like any news comes up, if they see a WhatsApp forward message or Facebook post, they quickly talk to me. Even though I don't know, I try to find and I let them know. So for them, I'm like a Google for them. Uh, so so in my family, that's one of the reasons. So if even if it comes to religion, they
Mm.
question me. If they have anything, any doubts or anything they want to know, even the Christian side of my family, if they wanted to
Mm.
ask anything about religion, they can directly come to me. Unlike other families or friends, because we, even if it's friends or family, they have this issue. They don't talk about religion, like they don't want to ask question. They think it might be offensive.
Mm.
But since I'm open person from childhood, people like to talk to me. So through that, I connected them.
Okay.
Uh,
So you are
yeah,
more of a, come on,
Google.
tell me.
I'm a Google, like a Wikipedia.
Because you have a connection with a lot of different people and different culture. And even without you knowing it, you have that knowledge always flowing through you because people
Probably.
keep talking to you. So you're not
Yeah.
taking notes, but it's,
I don't.
it's,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just different points.
it comes in. Yeah, yeah.
Also,
I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
also
If you
because
ask me
you're
a question,
curious, the amount of information that you are able to absorb is high because you're
correct.
curious
Yes,
naturally.
yes, yes.
So
Because
I
one of
might,
the reason.
yeah, go on.
Sorry, sir. So, for example, right? In Sri Lanka we have a misconception called Muslims are from Arabs,
Mm.
but then I found out there's a difference between Arabs and Muslims, and then I started explaining to them, and people liked it. Like, I mean, they're different. They learned something new, and even my family, they didn't know that Arabs and Muslims are different. I explained to them, and then I explained to them about there's Ceylon Moors, there's Malay Muslims, there's Bora Muslims, there's Mayman Muslims. And then when I share this information with my family, they were like, they were shocked, and they think like I learned it from somewhere, but I did not particularly learn from a book or somewhere. But as you said, like when I meet people and I engage with them, I get this information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you talk, the more you get.
Yes.
Yeah. It's interesting that word, the amount of curiosity one person has. So if I'm just trying to learn something and I take notes, maybe I might get 20% of the information staying inside my head. But if you
Yeah.
are really naturally curious, maybe 80% of the information is directly going to your head even without taking notes.
Yes.
All right. So also that has helped you with your new business too, Studio Blueberry photography business.
Yes.
And I see a lot of people, they put a lot of effort on marketing and boosting and doing all the process to get the income right
Clients.
for the company. But what I have noticed on your one is you had a very natural growth. I
Yes. I
don't
don't.
think
I
you
don't
have
boost. I don't
you
boost.
you haven't done any boosts or anything. You're just continuously every time I try to contact you, you have some sort of a shoot weekend or weekday. So it's like naturally you are busy. I think that one of the reasons is because of the connections that you have.
Yes. Yes.
And if you're a great person, if you have a humble heart, obviously people, if they like you, they will obviously put extra effort in recommending you.
Correct. Correct. I
Right?
think. I think that's what's happening. I think that is what's happening now.
Exactly. Tell
Yeah.
me about that Studio Blueberry, how it started and how it's going.
So. Um, so. So the okay. So I would say coming back to my parents, right? So my mother's father was a script writer for Sinhala Filima and stage drama. So my grandfather, my mother's father. So in order to impress my mother and my grandfather, my father dropped into the stage drama, and so that was a nice story. Okay, it's a huge story, but more or less that's the start. Like he wanted to impress, and so that's where the cinema, the story, the creativity part came through. And I from childhood I have never seen my grandfather, but people have told me about the way he talks, the way he behaves, how he writes stories, how he narrates the stories. So I have this in my mind. So at a stage I wanted to be like him, uh, like a story writer, like a movie director or someone. I don't know if I can, but I wanted to be like, I liked him. But, you know, I have been working all my life. And very recently, I think 2 years back, I figured out, okay, this is enough. Let me do something else, something I like, uh, not the 9 to 5 job. And then when I spoke to my partner, and then spoke to my wife, actually, life partner, not the business partner. Okay. So when we discuss about it, when we
Just
discuss
make it
about it, she
clear.
said, "Okay, let's take the risk." So the taking risk. Okay, I I was I was taught I know that I believe that taking risk is uh, jumping off from let's say from the first floor, jumping jumping out. Uh, People think that is the risk, but what I understood is that is not the risk. The risk taking is I know what will happen after I jump, but I want to jump. That is what risk is. Not not jumping out of a window. That is not risk. That is fear.
Mm.
So I know what will happen if I jump. The result. Then
Mm.
I'll jump. That is what
Ah,
risk is. So when it comes to business, people think going into business is a risk, but that is not risk. We know if I go into, I don't get salary for a few months. I don't know how long. And even if that's the case, okay, I'll do it. I'll accept that fact and I'll do it. That is what risk taking. So we did that, and
You understand the problems that can happen, and you're still going for it.
yes, yes, I know what is the problems I'm going to face. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what you said was true. People, you said I have the network, I have the connection with the people. That's how the marketing and all going on. That's how the business is going on. And
Yeah.
one of the main reason is the communication part. Uh, I don't know if I have learned it from somewhere or where did I get it from, but I have this communication skill where I can talk to anyone, uh, anywhere. So if
You
you
can.
wanted me to talk to, yes,
Yeah.
I can connect with
I
anybody,
think more
anyone.
than more than the word talking, I think the word is connecting. You can connect
Connection,
with
yes,
anyone.
yes.
Yeah.
The communication part, yeah. I can connect with anyone. So when I take the risk, I don't see it as a risk because I know I told my wife I can connect with anyone. Let me talk to them and get the clients. If they're interested, we'll go ahead. If they're not, we'll go to another person. And that's how it was started, and it's still going on. Still, I don't use Boost. I don't believe in Boost.
If you're yeah, if you're an introvert, maybe Boost might work. But anyway, it depends on how big you want to grow. So
Yeah, correct.
if you are creating multiple branches and all, obviously,
Yes, yeah. We need,
no
yes, yes.
connection only is not enough.
I mean, it's,
Uh,
it's me and my wife, so
yeah. So over time, when you create multiple branches, then you might have to teach people who are working with you to also network with people. So
yes,
I think that's where the culture comes in, the company culture.
yes,
So as a
yes,
founder, whatever you understood and realized, you actually teach whoever is working with you, and they have to do the same, similar things, and carry that values that you have.
correct, correct, yeah.
Anyway, cultures are formed by the founders. Anyway, yes. So yeah, you need to train everyone not just how to take a picture, but how to connect with people.
Yes.
So both skills are needed. Um, okay, so what's one message you have for everyone? Maybe you can say that to youngsters, or maybe in general to the people. Something that you have learned from your life. Could be business,
Mm.
could be life, could be about connecting with people, whatever it is. What is that biggest learning that you have, or you want to share, or you wish that people can do?
Okay. It's a good question. Okay, so I have like few points. The first thing is I believe in God. So I have a strong belief, and I I whatever I need, I ask God first. uh, and so that's the where my confidence comes. So I have a confidence that I have a backup plan. Uh, so so as a message, I would say keep learning. Uh, when I meant by learning, it's not going to school, college, and reading books, but learning in the sense every day try to learn something new. Um, so one thing I learned is, as you're saying, I connected with people and I try to learn from them. So I have never been to a library and read books. Um, I I have connection with Buddhist monks, Christian fathers, priests, Hindu priests, Gurukar, so Maulavis, lecturers. So through them, I get more knowledge. So I'm still learning, right? Learning this and not not as in like going to school or somewhere, but while connecting with people, learn through them. So keep learning. That's one of the reason I would say, yeah.
I think that's a wonderful message to end with. Connect,
Okay,
connect with people
connect
and
with
learn
people,
with
yeah.
people. Connect
Learn
with
from them,
people.
yeah. Learn
Make
from
that
them.
effort. Try to visit a different friend's house and try to attend their event, or go with them to their temple, and then try to understand. Volunteer as much as possible. It's all about when you get to know more and more people. Anyway, humans are like social animals. Yeah, no matter how many devices you give, phones and computers, they will have fun, they will have games and everything, but at the end of the day, when they are lacking the human connection, that's when the
Yes.
loneliness, stress, everything starts to build up.
Yes.
And the sad part is we learn that very late.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
So when we become 30 or 35 or 40, we understand, oh, all this time I hated to interact with people, but now I feel like people is what I need. So I have seen a lot
Yes.
of people, but still when young people, they're like, I don't want to interact with people. Let me just play games and have fun and go to parties. When they say that, I try to tell a few things, but I'm like, anyway, they only can experience it later in life. At this age, we cannot explain everything to them. When the
Yeah.
time comes, when they are hungry, they will try to find food. So it's the same um, wonderful message to end with. Okay, thank you, Shifan, for joining. We'll hopefully have a different topic and get to the deeper
Yes.
end of that as well. Okay?
Anderson, I'm a huge fan of yours.
So, okay. Thank you so much. But this is through Papa Fish.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shifan.
Okay. Thank you.